people, you must believe me. There is something dishonest, a people that is incapable of human development and civilization. Once you are a zoo, monkey, or baboon, you must live your life in infamy because you are a Nigerian. Yoruba man has spoken. Nigerians are not sincere, as I didn't tell you before. He's a Nigerian, no? He's telling you that their people are not sincere. Did I not tell you before that they are not sincere? You want to know what is insincerity? I will give it to you the way it is. Because the zoo is patently evil. Nigeria is evil. Do you know how much they stole? 400 billion pounds is in Europe, is in Asia, according to UK group. Ocean Zoo, the amount of money they steal will start off a tsunami. 400 billion, very close to $1 trillion, an amount of money that can build second Niger bridge, pay for free education for every child, make sure that all roads are built, you have running water, you have electricity, your university is funded. 400 billion pounds stolen by the monkeys, and blame it on these people. You have 400 billion pounds stashed in 3 continents. They are the elite. These are the people that America wants to give weapons to. The world must hang itself in shame. The whole world must be ashamed of itself. You want to give guns to people. You want to give jet fighters to people. You want to give aircraft to people who are complicit in the impoverishment of their own people. These are the people responsible for the impoverishment in Africa, the poverty in Africa, the premature death, the hunger, the disease that they are suffering from. These are the people you want to sell guns to. You want to sell guns to somebody who has gone out to bank 400 billion pounds. Oh, dollar, not naira. I said pounds. 400 billion. This news is being reported by white people, the UK group they call them. Now you understand why they want the zoo to be one. Now you know why they want one Nigeria. Because the so-called Nigerian politicians, they steal all the money meant for your child's education, the money meant to give you soft loan to develop your small business, the money designed to make sure that rice is grown locally, the money that should make sure that Nkalago cement factory is working, Golden Guinea Omahia working, ceramics, Aba textile mill, Mbise paint and resin Nati clay factory. All the money meant for all these capital projects, they are now overseas in people's private accounts. Some of you cannot go to hospital. These are the people responsible for it. They are called the elite. They are called politicians. They are called governors. They are called senators. They are called House of Reps members. They are called House of Assembly members. They are called local government chairmen. How much have they stolen? 400 billion pounds. If you go inside the sea and say 400 billion, tsunami, earthquake, tsunami will start. That is serious money. Nearly $700 billion, very close to $1 trillion. More than the budget of the zoo put together for many years. These are the criminals. That is why I say that black people are criminally minded. These are the funds stolen from poor people. But it doesn't affect you, does it? Of course it does. If you are running a generator tonight, that is the reason why you're running it. Your money was stolen. 400 billion stashed abroad. Africans are not ashamed of themselves. I am ashamed to be called an African, I'm telling you. Very, very ashamed. And who are the people stealing the money? Who are the people stealing the money? Amechi, Chibuike Amechi, he has stolen the money, and people are now describing it as a moral burden for Buhari. I told Chibuike Amechi, Awasa will not save you. Awasa will abandon you. Chibuike Amechi is a thief. He is one of those implicated in having 400 billion pounds stashed away abroad. 400 billion stashed away. 400 billion. I tell you. 400 billion. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. I can't understand what is happening, to be honest with you. I can't understand what is going on. But the criminality of is listening. When I tell you that Nigerians are insincere people, you must believe me. There is something dishonest. A people that is incapable of human development and civilization. Once you are a zoo, monkey, or baboon, you must live your life in infamy.
Kanu, I would like to come back. Can we give the floor to our radio presenter, our uncle, to come in now?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. I hope I'm coming out clear. Can you please indicate for me?
Yes, please.
Yes, you're coming out perfectly.
Thank you very much. It's quite unfortunate that our brother Mazi Nwachineke is having problems with his connection. Of course, I would really love him to come up. He is a man of great knowledge, and we will really benefit from his input. But let's continue. All right, now, since the question is, what do you know about Biafra? I believe there are people who are listening, those who are not familiar with the word Biafra, and of course the nation of Biafra. I want to give a little bit of background, with regards to Biafra. Now, historically, Biafra, of course, was a republic that's stretched back from 1967 until January 1970, and that was during the Nigerian Biafran genocidal war. That's what I choose to call it, because you cannot tell me that it was a war, because it was more than one nation that ganged up against Biafra. I'm talking about the likes of USSR, Egypt, Nigeria, and of course Great Britain playing a background effort to ensure that Biafrans were wiped out of the face of the earth. As a matter of fact, this war was a genocide that was never spoke about. Nobody spoke about Biafran genocide. Even until today, Rwanda genocide has been proclaimed to be a genocide. Rohingya, a genocide. So many genocide. Of course, the Holocaust as well. All except Biafran nation. Now, tell me, how do you hide the killing of over 3 million people? I'm talking 3 million, and you don't see it fit to classify it as a genocide. Now, I'm saying this so that you can understand what we have been enduring as a people since 1967. As a matter of fact, I was not born by then. I was actually born after the war. Now, and I want you to understand what actually, started this whole agitation for the restoration of Biafra. The people you are seeing today that are fighting for Biafra restoration are the sons and daughters of those who were killed, those who were murdered, those who were massacred indiscriminatively. And just like my brother Chika Austin said, there was economic blockade, starvation. Over 5 million children were starved to death, women raped, men killed. I can go on and on. The list is endless. Now you can understand the generation you are dealing with. These are generations that have a very bad history. But yet, because most of us are civilized, educated, and we are scattered all around the world, we have learned to go about it the right way, which is exactly what we are doing. And the right thing United Nations will do for us is to honor their charter. We are not asking for something that is extraordinary or something out of the blue. We are saying AU, you have a charter. What did your charter say about our quest? If what we are doing is in line with your charter, why are you quiet? United Nations, if what we are doing as a people is also in line with your charter, why are you so quiet? As I'm talking to you now, the killings is still ongoing. They go to a village, they burn down houses, they murder and massacre young men, rape women. That is what happening. As we are speaking right now, the killing is still going on and Biafran people are being killed. We are mapped out for systematic extermination, and the whole world says nothing. Now, I am not sure how long this will continue or how long it will go on, because what you need to understand is this. There is a point that you will push people to the world. They will be forced to react. In terms of self-defense, people must defend themselves. It's a natural phenomenon. Nobody will tell you to defend yourself. It just happened. So I think AU and the United Nations still have an opportunity to rewrite history, to make it right. All we are asking is very simple, a referendum. Now, I will not be doing justice if I did not talk about our leader, Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu, who is currently incarcerated in the DSS dungeon. Now you may ask, what is his offense? The offense of Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu is because he is going about this whole agitation according to the prescription laid down by AU, according to the prescription laid down by the United Nations. That is why he is being tortured every day. He have not picked up arm yet. He have not fought against the Nigerian state. So the question is, what crime has he committed? He was radiated from Kenya, abducted in Kenya, tortured and radiated back to Nigeria. And we all know that extraordinary rendition is a crime against humanity according to the United Nations. Extraordinary rendition, and yet United Nations say nothing. Now when you go back to Kenya and ask them, where is Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu who visited your country? They will tell you, according to our records, Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu never left Kenya. So technically, in as much as Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu is in the zoo called Nigeria, standing trial for a baseless charges that he has not know nothing about, technically he is still in Kenya. Legally he is still in Kenya because he was kidnapped. Now we all know that if you want somebody to come back home and answer for anything, any crime whatsoever, you need to have a treaty with that country in question. Now if you have a treaty with that country and they see it fit that he needs to come back to Nigeria to answer a crime, there is a process of the law that must be followed. Now all this process of the law was not followed. It was flawed. They kidnapped him, put him in a plane, brought him back to Nigeria, a jungle justice, and the whole world kept quiet. Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu is a citizen of Britain, if you may like to know that. And Britain is saying nothing about that. Now I want you to understand why we are having wars and problems in Africa. Because the people we call our leader, the people who are supposed to uphold the charter of, the human rights charter of AU, as well as the charter on the right of indigenous people to self-determination according to United Nations, they are keeping quiet. Where I come from, there is something they say, okay, an old man cannot be at home while the goat delivered with a rope around their neck. It's an Igbo, or rather should I say African proverb. So my submission this evening is this: Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu should be taken back to Kenya, where he was radiated, and then from Kenya back to Britain. If Nigeria wants Mazi Nwachineke, Kanu to come back to Nigeria to answer for anything, they should ask for his extradition. He should be extradited, and before extradition, we know there is a process to that. He needs to go to court, and after hearing and the court is satisfied that he should go back, or rather he have a case to answer in Nigeria, only then can he be extradited back to Nigeria. Whatever is happening in Nigeria now with regards to his trial, is a shame, it's an anomaly, and of course it needs to be addressed. So Biafran people are asking for something very simple, a referendum. Let's put it to political test. Let's put it to a democratic test. Let's see if this is the mind of the people. If the people want to leave Nigeria, they are authorized by law to do so, and it can only be known through a political referendum. My submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your analysis, and I will have a question in what you said. You mentioned referendum.
By all means.
You mentioned referendum.
That's correct.
But by the report we get in every Nigerian election, your region, the Biafran region, always don't participate in elections, and there's a campaign that you don't have what you have can use called voters card to vote an election. So based on referendum, I asked this question last time. If a referendum is called today and your people don't have voters card, how will they vote the referendum to get Biafra?
All right. Now, I want you to understand that referendum is different from Nigerian election. The referendum is being overseen by the United Nations. Now, the kind of system they use is determined by the United Nations. The card that will be used is being printed by the United Nations because they have to do what? Supervise the referendum. It has nothing to do with the Nigerian states. So the issue of voters card is only limited to Nigerian election and not a referendum, because United Nations will make the voters card available. Remember, it's not a permanent voters card like you have in Nigeria. It is just a very temporary voters card only for referendum. So that is not a problem, and that has always been addressed everywhere in the world where a referendum has been called upon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for speaking now. We answer this question from DRC Congo. Then you can carry on with your analysis. But there's a question from DRC Congo. I will read out the question.
By all means.
Cette chanson me plaît beaucoup. Tu peux me traduire ce que ça veut dire? That is a French person from Zaire asking this song. I love the sound of the song, but can you tell me the translation, what it means?
All right.
Is your language right? Yes.
All right, Mazi, that song is a war song, a song that was sung during the Nigerian Biafran War by our soldiers in the bush to encourage themselves. It is more like a gospel song as well, asking God to give them, the wisdom and understanding to defeat the enemies. I think that's basically what the song is all about.
Okay, thank you. I hope the questioner have understood. Thank you very much. Please, you have the floor.
All right, thank you very much once again, Mazi, for having me. Absolutely, and of course, what I've decided this evening is to stick to African Charter on Human Rights, as well as the United Nations right of the indigenous people to self-determination. And I tell you why I'm sticking to these documents, because I want to use their own document to talk to them, because it does not make sense that a country, for instance, have a constitution, but their constitution is dysfunctional. Their constitution is non-operational. Then, of course, that constitution is useless, so to say, and should be thrown away. And if we have such a great document like this African Charter on Human Rights, it's a beautiful document, but now the question is it alive? Is it working? The people who are in charge, those who are supposed to ensure that this document is alive, what are they doing? Because all the nations of Africa are signatory to this beautiful document. And of course, they ratified the same document. Now, I'm still on Article 21 of African Charter on Human Rights. Now, number 2 says, in case of spoliation, am I still coming out?
Yes, you are coming out. Please, whoever is speaking, kindly mute yourself. Somebody's online, please.
All right. I continue.
Yes, continue, please.
I'm still on Article 20, and the number 2 says, colonized or oppressed people shall have the right to free themselves from the bonds of domination, I beg your pardon, by resorting to any means recognized by the international community. Let me read this again. Very, very important. And I do beg our audience to listen and pay close attention. Now, people tend to think that the agitators of Biafran, restoration are somehow illiterate, that they are not educated, they don't know what they are doing, they are rebels. Well, not to blow my own trumpet, I am a forensic investigator by profession. I am a final year law student here in South Africa, and I don't know why I should be involved in Biafra agitation if I don't think that it is wise and it makes sense, and that everything we are doing is according to the law. Let me continue again. Number 2 says, colonized or oppressed people shall have the right to free themselves from the bonds of domination by resorting to any means recognized by the international community. Now, referendum is one means that is recognized by the international community. So what we are asking is very simple. It is something that is doable. It is something that the international community owes to us. As a matter of fact, in line with this document. Because as a lawyer, if I go to court, I have to use the constitution of that country I am in. I have to use the Criminal Procedure Act. I have to quote legislation to back up whatever it is that I'm alleging in court. And as soon as the magistrate or the judge can concur that whatever it is that I am submitting before the court is constitutional, that is within the ambit of the law, that magistrate or that judge have no other option than to give me the relief that I sought. The same thing is applicable in what we are saying here, because this article, this African Charter on Human Rights, is like a constitution of Africa. A constitution made by our leaders for Africans, for the commoners. But now I'm beginning to suspect this document, because it looks like this document is a white elephant. It is non-operational, because if this article is saying that colonized or oppressed people shall have the right to free themselves from the bonds of domination by resorting to any means recognized by the international community, how come the issue of Biafra have never been raised in AU, African Union? How come they have turned a blind eye to it? Now, let me tantalize you here. Number 3 says, all people shall have the right to the assistance of the state's parties to the present charter in their liberation struggle against foreign domination, be it political, economic, or cultural. My goodness me, can you believe this? All people shall have the right to the assistance, which means we Biafrans, those agitating for the restoration of Biafra, unequivocally deserve the assistance of other African states. We deserve the assistance of AU according to their own article. The article said they must help us. They must help us in our struggle. They must help us in our liberation against foreign domination, be it politically and economically. As I'm talking to you right now, we are being killed. We are being dominated. I mean, we don't speak. If you are a Biafran, you are marked for death. And yet, African Union is doing nothing about it. I would like to stop so far here again, and I will be back again. My submission.
Thank you so much. We have a question on what you just said, that no African nation is supporting Biafra.
Please go ahead.
Somebody's asking a question from South Sudan. He said, during Biafra Nigerian Civil War, Felix Ifoboye of Ivory Coast and the Congo supported Biafra. This I'm very sure of. Are you aware of this?
All right,
please.
Let me set the record straight. I am talking presently, I'm not talking historically. Because if I'm talking historically, I'm aware of the people who helped Biafra, including Gabon and other African countries. But I'm talking presently, this generation that is fighting for the restoration of Biafra. We are not talking historically. If historically, of course, some African country was on our side. But I'm talking presently. Remember, we had Organization of African Union, OAU, and that was then. Now we have African Union, and ever the inception of African Union, no African nation have listened to our cry and plea. That was my submission. Oh, Radio Biafra is being listened by millions across of this surface they call Earth, and I can assure you that. All right. Now, first of all, it might interest you to know that in the north, all the so-called terrorist group you are hearing about in Nigeria, they are all from the north. One people, one tribe, hosting almost about 6 terrorist organizations, and yet it becomes a question of the clay calling the pot black. The same terrorist people are down in Biafra land looking for terrorists, while the world's most feared terrorist organization like ISIS in the Maghreb, Boko Haram, you name it, Al-Qaeda, they are all in the north. And nobody says anything about it. Just a few days ago or a few weeks back, there was a train that was headed to Abuja. That train was bombed and a lot of people killed. And this was done by the so-called... All right, somebody should mute their mic, please. All right, we continue. The same terrorists killed so many people and nobody spoke about it. You will not hear it anywhere. All you hear is IPOB, and yet IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, a very well disciplined organization, have never committed one act of terrorism known to the international community. Of course, our story is not being covered by the international media, but thank God, because of Radio Biafra, we are doing it ourselves. Now, let me conclude quickly, because today what I'm doing is I am reading AU Bible, because the African Charter on Human Rights is the AU Bible, and as well as, you know, the United Nations right of the indigenous people to self-determination. That also is the UN Bible, and I'm using their own Bible, of course, to present our case today. Now, Article 4 of the United Nations Right of the Indigenous People said, indigenous people, in exercising their right to self-determination, have the right to autonomy. Now, what is autonomy? Very, very important for you to understand the word autonomy. The dictionary calls autonomy the right or condition of self-government, which means we have the right to be on our own. We have the right to govern ourselves. It is there in the United Nations Charter, Article 4, in case you might want to go and read it up. Article 5 says indigenous people have the right to maintain and strengthen their distinct political, legal, economic, social, and cultural institutions, while retaining their right to participate fully, if they so choose, in the political, economic, social, and cultural life of the state, which means we can decide we don't want to vote in Nigeria election. It is within our rights. That is what Article 5 is talking about. We can decide we want to lock down, we want to sit at home, we don't want to open our shops, which is economic. It is our right. For those of you who don't understand, for those of you who are killing us because we are sitting at home, when we want to sit at home, it is actually within our right. As a matter of fact, it is called civil disobedience. Article 6 says every indigenous individual have the right to a nationality. Do you understand that? We are indigenous people. We have a right to a nationality, and we have chosen Biafra as our nation. As I'm talking to you, we are scattered all around the world. I'm here in South Africa. Mazi Nwachineke is where he is. My other brother is in Canada, and so are many Biafrans scattered all around the world because we are stateless. Now you understand why we need a referendum to decide our future. Article 7 in summarizing said, indigenous individuals have the right to life, physical and mental integrity, liberty and security of a person. We need to be secured. Our properties need to be secured. We are not supposed to be killed the way they are killing us today. Now, finally, before I submit and leave because time is up, indigenous people and individuals have the right not to be subjected to forced assimilation or destruction of their culture. What is forced assimilation? Forcing us to be Nigerians while we are Biafrans. It is there, Article 8, forced assimilation, that we must be Nigerians by fire, by force. It is against Article 8. And for your information, Nigeria is a signatory to this charter. Nigeria ratified this charter. So what they are doing is actually in contravention to this charter. I cannot go on and on because of time, but I want to submit here, and I want to say in conclusion that what we are asking is very simple. What we are asking is not ambiguous. Very, very simple. United Nations, follow your charter on the right of indigenous people and give us what belongs to us. AU, follow your charter on human rights and address our situation and give us what belongs to us. Because if you don't, it would have mounted that, oh, this charter is a lie, it's a farce. Then I don't think there is a need for this charter to be obeyed. If you cannot carry out what is written therein, I submit. And thank you, Biafrans. My name is Mazi Nwachineke. Thank you, coordinator of the program. I really appreciate the opportunity and the platform given to Biafra. May God bless Biafra, and may God bless our leader, Mazi Nwachineke. Free Mazi Nwachineke. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. I'm even about to call you now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just saw your WhatsApp message. So I'll call Mr. Igudu, the head of admin, so that if it is for her to scan those documents, let her scan it to me, then I'll forward it to them. Then I'll obtain the date to come and start. He's a family man. He's still asleep.
This is what I wanted us to talk yesterday, but you say you were going to come back.
Yes, I went to Ago. One of my friends, one Igbo guy. So his wife is celebrating their baby's birthday, and they say I must be there. So that was why I said, let me call you.
So you have Igbo friends?
I have a lot of them now.
You have a lot of them.
Plenty safe. If I go to trade fair now, what did they call it? If I enter trade fair, I don't buy cosmetic now. Now that is the dash me. I have a lot of them in Alaba too, safe.
But
most of my friends are.
You have them like this, but yes, you just stand behind Buhari Bugidam.
Because if you don't befriend an Igbo man, you are lost already. You understand?
I don't understand. You say you don't befriend an Igbo man.
Yes, because the secretive manuscript of mankind is in the hands of Igbo. They are born with it. So, and some of us, we came to meet the Igbos in a country called Nigeria. They are the original because they originated from the Kemet Empire. You understand? And that is why they think, because the secret of this world is in the hands of Igbos. You don't know?
I don't know.
Because they say make them not bring foreign rice. I bought foreign rice in first tag yesterday. So there is nothing.
You say you bought foreign rice in first tag?
In first tag yesterday.
And they must bring it.
16,500. Whether they like it or not, there is one thing people don't understand. In this video, they say make the ban motto. So just they do motto. Igbos, they are the Jews, they are the black Jews. And the Jews, even then, they themselves are afraid of Igbos. That is why they refuse to claim them as Jews. Because they have the same DNA.
Even the same Jews are afraid of Igbos.
They are afraid of Igbos. You don't know? My younger brother, my immediate younger brother, he's a major in Directorate of Military Intelligence. He is now Nigerian military attaché to Nigerian High Commission in Pakistan. They went for one intelligence gathering one time. Pakistan bordered Afghanistan. You know that they went to a village in Peshawar. They met Igbo guys entering Afghanistan. What are they going to do? You can't ask a Jew to go to Afghanistan the way it is. So Igbos, they are like that. So the only thing is that when you befriend them, they will vomit the little things you will need to know to survive. They will vomit it to you. I'm working, the MD of my company is an Igbo man now from, what do you call it? He's, you know than I am now. Now his son is the MD of my company. You understand? There was a time where we will spend more than 2 years. He was still paying us salary, and we are not getting a contract. Is that not mystery? Is it?
Is that
you know than I am now?
Is that not mystery?
It's a mystery now.
Paying salary.
They're paying salary, and you are not getting any contract. And he even increased salary that period. You see? And nobody knows. There was a time even Board of Internal Revenue came to lock our office. They say this man get oil, he got oil well. They say he get this, he get that. If they say make he pay tax, he will pay. Even if they say make he pay 1 billion, he will pay. Is that not mystery? Is it? If there is anybody you fear on this earth, it's Igbos.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised to be hearing this thing from you.
Now, Igbo, you go fear.
Upon all this fight, where are the fights with you?
Oh. You see, let me tell you one thing. Do you know why Babangida remain relevant in Nigeria?
No.
It's because he dined and wined with the Igbos. And that is why he remained relevant in Nigeria. You know, when Babangida was head of state, if he visit any state, he don't go to government house. He sleep in an individual Igbo house. You don't know. So, and he's a free Nigerian. Have you ever had any assassination attempt on Babangida before? After he left power?
No, I've not.
You see, there is one thing people don't understand, and that is why Buhari is finding it difficult. He say dollar this, he say this. And the rate at which even people are bringing in things into Nigeria is even more than when our border is open. So, who is fully whole? That is the end of it. That is all. Do you know that in my state now, the biggest rice farmers are Igbos? They don't push our people out of farms. Now then they farm rice now in Niger State.
Igbos.
That is you see, yeah, of course. Now then they farm rice now. Even rice now, then they buy local rice in the north. The Hausa man has money to buy local rice. And you know, that is why the other tribes hate Igbos. Because they don't know how they make their money. Didn't you see how they took over first tax? They are like Jews. It's just like what Adolf Hitler did to the Jews in Germany. Before you know, after the First World War, before Second World War, the whole Germans were paying tax to the Jews. Even government was paying tax to the Jews because they've taken over Germany. You see? The Igbo guys they arrested in the airport with gold worth 1 billion. We didn't carry Igbo man the big gold for Zamfara. Did the Hausa man know where they sell gold? Did the Hausa man know where they sell gold?
But why are they relegating Igbo man? There is nothing we do. Every government policy is targeted against Igbo man.
That is, you see, let me tell you, the easiest way you can survive in Nigeria. You see, let me tell you, it is when you push an Igbo man, that is when you tend to survive. So when you push them, look at LG, Fuani. You know Fuani is not making money again. This man that owns LG is a distributor. Because LG now, if they are selling LG smart TV here in Fuani for 140,000, if you go to Alaba, it's 100,000. And nobody know where they are bringing it from.
You see,
recently, I want to pack my fridge. My old fridge. I went to Alaba, they did the carton for me in my present. Correct one, original carton, sir. You see? And you want this kind of people to go to Asoro? I will be in trouble. What is they call it? It's just like Arabs. Now, Arabs, they are the Mephi in the hands of the Jews. And Israel is a very small country. That their population is not up to 6 million. Look at as big as Saudi Arabia. Have you ever heard Saudi Arabia don't fight Israel before? Now they control Arabs now. And you want us so that you give household of man to Igbo man. they will just turn northern Nigeria to broad daylight prison. It's not possible. What do our people know? They don't know anything. Our people know.
I saw this you forwarded WhatsApp today. I saw what you forwarded WhatsApp today.
Igbo, you see that was a mistake Buhari made when Buhari came in as president. Had it been he want Nigeria to move faster, I swear to God, he would have hold a town hall meeting in southeastern Nigeria. Tell the Igbo religious leaders, the business leaders, and tell them that they should support his government. You understand? They will know even anywhere dollar is, they will go and bring dollar to push his government. Say he don't want to do it, he don't want to have anything to do with people. Look at where we are today. It's not possible now. Because, you know, if you are talking about criminals in the world, America is the #1 criminal country in the world. Didn't you know that?
Followed by Israel.
Because it is the evils that will teach you the sense. They will tell you that this is what you are supposed to do to succeed. You know what I mean? Which all
so you know that the Igbos are really pushed to a tight corner in Nigeria. That the Igbos are just on the fringes of being sent to Biafra or
Chief, we should not lie to ourselves. If you are talking about the real sector of the economy, you know it is Igbos that shape the economy. You don't know. Because if you go to Mandelas now, you go to Alaba, you go to Ladipo, you go see person, just a young boy will count $50,000, put inside pocket, they go China, they go bring something. You know, if Babangida, had it been Buhari has sense, that 2015 when he became, he would have called 5-10 Igbo businessmen and tell them that we want light in Nigeria. And, you know, and review the license where they give all these disco. By now would have gotten light. Because Igbos will go to Germany, they will go to anywhere and bring light to Nigeria. And tell all those importers of generators, see, we don't want generator in Nigeria. I beg, we need light. You understand? See this guy. Do you know there is one thing that people don't understand? There is this man they call Batunaji. Maybe you've heard of him.
Batunaji, former
Minister of Power.
Power, yes.
Do you know why they push him out? Do you know in Nigeria currently Batunaji is generating over 10,000 megawatts of electricity? But do you know that close to you now? You know there is a place they call he has a company. He has a company in Abia that is he has built it already. Federal government refused to buy the electricity. You know he's one of the best engineer in America. They brought him from America now. Batunaji. You don't know Batunaji?
I know him now. Former Jonathan forced him to resign.
Because he wants to give us light. And the evil who has been preventing Nigeria from getting light advised Jonathan to drive the man. Do you know that there is a company they call Geometrics? As I'm talking to you, if you go to Abia, they have one of the largest single private-owned electricity generating plants in Nigeria. Yeah, of course now.
And the electricity that generating, where are they using them?
You know, he's selling it to individuals.
In Abia?
Yes. Not only in Abia. He transfers electricity to other places. He said, just browse Geometrics. You see it now online. Geometrics. He's the owner of Geometrics. And another thing where Buhari made mistake is that it is people that have had, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you know this Saudi crown prince, most of his friends are black. When Buhari went to Saudi Arabia, the person that moved Saudi crown prince to Buhari is an Igbo guy now. Now this guy, but you got a Saudi crown prince met the guy in America. You understand? Even Saudi Arabia, they are a state oil company. They want to privatize it now. The 1% is Nigerian that want to buy that 1% of their shares, and it's an Igbo man.
I never know all these things.
You know, there is one thing is that there is one thing people don't understand. If this refinery will work, if Buhari tell Igbo people say, I want to refine. You know this man why they call Ibeto. You know Ibeto has a chemical plant in Houston, in America. You know my brother now is the director of DPR. You know he's the current head of DPR. And Ibeto came to meet him that he has capacity that he can bring people to come and build refinery bigger than that of Dangote. But you know it is Dangote that pushed him out of Nigeria.
Yes, I know.
Ibeto. Do you know that Ibeto, up to now, Ibeto is paying more than $1 million on high sea. His cement are still on high sea. He wanted to flood Nigeria market, his cement at $1 per bag. And people don't even understand. You want Igbo, if Igbo man rule Nigeria, we don't enter trouble now. Northerners, Yoruba, the first people they even deal with are Yoruba. And that is why Yoruba would never open his allow Igbo man to become president. It's not possible, sir. So
you now know that Dangote is ripping us.
Yeah, of course now. all the government cement company, not being the seller to Benue Cement, Ashaka and Sokoto Cement. Now him buy them now.
Wow. I'm surprised that you know all these things. Yet every day we are fighting on social media.
You see, let me tell you, if Buhari can walk up today and pick like 5 Igbo people and say, I beg, please, I want you people to support my government. Nigeria will change within the people of our life. People will start shouting, where this man? You know, he don't want to have anything to do with Igbo. And that is why his government is going down.
So you know his government is going down?
He's going down now. We're not moving forward. We're not moving forward. You see, we need to tell ourselves the truth. See, let me tell you, look at this Cosmos Maduka. Do you know Cosmos Maduka? Do you know he's the only importer of what they call BMW? Yes, most of these are big cars.
Yes, I know.
From in the whole of Africa.
Yes, I know.
You know, he's a friend of King of Morocco. He's a great friend of so many. Whom did Buhari know? That is the problem we don't have. We have. And that is why you see that even Tinubu himself, he knows that if Tinubu picks APC ticket as president today, Igbo people will not vote for him.
We didn't vote for Buhari now. So Tinubu is capitalizing. That's why he is planting his men that he can do away with Igbos.
No, Northerners will deal with him. You see, a Northerner will even prefer to move with an Igbo man than a Yoruba man. You know, if an Igbo man get money, if the Igbo man get $1 million, you go no say don't get $1 million. And if Igbo man won't take action, he can easily open his eye and tell you that this is what I'm going to do. Is that not what Awolowo did to Ojukwu? You know, it was Ojukwu that went to release Awolowo from prison.
Yes, I know.
When they sentenced him to life in prison. When Ojukwu became governor of Eastern Region, the first thing he did was to go and release Awolowo. Is it not the same Awolowo that killed him? Is it not the same Awolowo that killed him? He went and told Awolowo that he will go and declare Biafra. Then he said Awolowo should go and declare his own. But what did Awolowo told you? Awolowo said declare first. When you declare first, I will declare. The next thing Awolowo became Minister of Finance to go on.
And I know Awolowo was saying that, okay, he said that if you declare, that when you declare, did you tell him that you have declared? You see, Buhari made the greatest mistake of his life. I swear to God. You know why Igbos are crying? Igbos, they are not even interested to be president or just create enabling environment, make them do their business. You know, they are Jews. The religion is not really their problem. Have you ever heard any Igbo man fighting for religion? They are not religious. What they need is comfort of life. If they just get comfort. Look at Prince Ato Eze. This man that has Oranto oil and gas. Buhari don't want to have anything to do with him. And this man, this is somebody that if Rolls Royce want to create a car today, they want to build a car today, they will contact him, whether if he's interested. You know, he's only Nigerian now driving 2019 Rolls Royce. You don't want to have anything to do with him. Most Igbos are businessmen. If Buhari, Buhari has a problem. If I were the president of Nigeria, do you know one thing? I will select every southeastern state to have like 3 billionaires. Where we say, if they want to call me, they have my number. You know, an Igbo man just want recognition. Say, this man they call president of Nigeria to do. Everybody will rally him. And he would like to make, nothing will happen to you.
This sickness where Buhari is sick, is it ordinary? It's not ordinary. Yeah, IBB left power 1992. If not of recent that he started falling sick, he has been a relevant person.
Because of
Did anything happen to him?
Because of his connection with Igbos.
Yeah, of course now. IBB can come to Lagos today. He will go and sleep in Alaba. He can sleep anyhow. You know, if any Igbo man see IBB safe, and IBB can't sleep for you, you know, Buhari failed to study the mentality of Igbo. And that is why he's trying to this, because Igbo is not interested, say, I want to be president. Just create an enabling environment for them, make them do their business. That is all.
But why are they not bringing people like you nearer to the seat of power? So that
Buhari is a useless man.
So you talk sense. Man. You talk sense to some of your people.
You don't get sense. You know the Chinese, as I'm talking to you now, if you go to this ongoing Lagos International Trade Fair, now because of Igbos, Taiwanese, all these Thailand, all these Chinese, they come for trade fair now. Who they buy Chinese franchise? Not the Igbo people. If Buhari, this agricultural revolution he's even talking about, the people that would have helped his government to grow agri in Nigeria would have been Igbos. What you need to do is to tell them, make them build silos all over the country. Give them, in olden days, I'm a young boy, in olden days, during the regional, we have marketing boards that market farm produce.
Yes.
When you build all these silos all over the country, give contract to Igbos, make them build those silos. Tell them that now you go get license, like Cosmos Maduka, all those big people, just give them license, say now go to market Nigerian food all over the world. You see that Nigeria will become an agrarian country all of a sudden. Because now they know where people they buy food. Is the Bukimo know where they buy food. That is the problem where these people don't understand. There is one thing you don't understand. You see Louis Ojukwu. You know Ojukwu, late Ojukwu's father, Louis Ojukwu. You know he's the first transporter in Nigeria.
Yes, I know.
And he's the first person that when he was alive, you know that Ijibo, Oyibo, what they call it, Oyibo. That place, that Ido Park. You know now you get Ido Park.
I know.
You know if you go to Ido Park, you go see Yoruba, you go see Hausa, you go see Igbos. You know most of his properties all over. You see them, every tribe did it. You know he's a detribalized Nigerian because he's a businessman. You understand?
Yeah.
And you know Louis Ojukwu that time. You know he's the only major transporter to John Holt. Yes. All those white companies where they come to Nigeria. Yeah. You know now he bring Leventis to Nigeria. Most big companies. You know Igbo man, nobody say he want to become president or minister. You know Louis Ojukwu was offered to be minister and he refused. He said he don't want to be a politician. But he funded NCNC. That is an Igbo man. Had he been Buhari supported, bring Igbo to his, they would have even supported his government. By now, Daura, his village, somebody would have gone there to build oil refineries. Because now then they get where money. And this man just sit down like an archaic person. And the people who are around him, they are old people. That is why we are suffering now. You know, during Jonathan, despite his fault, fuel was not as costly as this. Neighboring countries were getting their fuel. Nigerians were happy.
Yes.
Dollars was not as high as this. But we are not having any problem.
Yes.
We have reserve. We have everything. But all of a sudden, Buhari say, I don't go do with Igbo. And he was even showing the hatred towards them. And that is why they look up. Showing them hatred. If you go the whole of Broad Street now, William Street for Island, all those big buildings are Igbo people will get there now. Yoruba streets they said they don't get shop. And these are people that would have helped you to move your economy. Just sit down and say, I don't want to do anything with them. Okay, go now. Go.
So you really know that Nigeria is actually going down?
Well, I mean, we are not moving forward now, Chief. Because Buhari was sitting on a time bomb, waiting to explode. And people don't know. I'm afraid now that by next year, I've started processing my document. By next year, I'll leave Nigeria and I'll not come back again.
No. If you leave Nigeria, where are we going to run to?
You are even talking about, do you know that in my village now, 1,000 naira, if you give 1,000 naira to person, but if you like say you don't carry 1 million, give out.
Yes, now
people are hungry.
People are hungry, and the man doesn't
There's
want to
hungry
know.
everywhere. And the problem is that he's not doing anything. You see? You need to have done something that people say, this is what I have done. He has not done anything. We are not moving forward. We are stagnated. Saying that this, I don't know.
This Osibanjo case, so they want to force the man out. Or what is actually happening with Osibanjo?
Osibanjo will go.
Yes, because of
the northern oligarchy. You know, Buhari is not representing the north. Northerners are not happy with him. He has not done He has not done anything for Northerners. You know, we are not happy with Buhari.
That's why they kidnapped his Royal Highness.
He is not even that. They don't even want to have anything to do with him. Let him go. You see, do you know that PDP and APC will not form the next government? You don't know. Because if Buhari go, now APC will go. You know, when you are president, you are the leader of the party. What has it done to unite APC? APC is dead, PDP is dead. So what the Northerners are doing now is that there's an ongoing mobilization now in the North. You see that they'll present a Northern candidate and Igbo man as vice president. That is all. You see?
And Northern candidate? So the presidency will continue to reside in the North?
In the North, because the Buhari is not representing Northerners, he's representing Yoruba people. You see, there's one thing people don't understand. This high hatred division in Nigeria. Now Buhari the cause of Now Buhari the cause of because after that coup in 1966, Buhari Shagari came as president. Who was his vice president?
Igbo man.
So and you know when Shagari left, when Babangida came in that 8 years, who the majority of businessmen that flourished during Babangida are Igbo people.
Yes.
Did we die? You know, Northerners, you know, Yoruba man can sit with you now. He is killing you, but you don't know. But an Igbo man can open his mind, tell you that this is what I'm going to do, and he'll do it. You can usually know where he's going. Yoruba that have agenda. Be your side, the Itamala, but he's going to kill you today. You know that we Northerners, we would prefer to move with Igbos than Yoruba people. You know, we've never been in good time with Yoruba people.
Except this marriage of covenant, Tinubu brokered. And now they are trying to use Abakari to push out Osibanjo. Yes,
and he's succeeding. They don't sack all Osibanjo's state now. Even his own PA now, Hausa man, they won't bring for him. You know, Osibanjo is a tribalistic person. You know that those 32 aides they sacked recently, all of them are Yoruba.
But Buhari is tribalistic too. He doesn't have anything to do with
Buhari. Let me tell you one thing, Chief. Buhari don't even know what is happening in his government. You don't even know, because you know that there are some ministers, you don't even know them. You don't even know how they got appointed. You understand? Just like Onyema, that Minister of Foreign Affairs. You know Buhari don't know him. Inugu people, where he come from, they didn't know him. You know, Onyema was a classmate to Abakari in the UK. That was how Abakari brought him. Are you telling me they don't have APC people that voted for Abakari? Are you telling me that there are no APC members in Enugu? George Mogalu, who contested, you know, George Mogalu has never changed party. He has been a Buhari, ardent Buhari, He has been following Buhari since 2003. George Mogalu. What Buhari did was he sidelined George Mogalu for more than 5 years. It is just last month they gave him a MD of National Inland Waterways. That's where they're supposed to give minister. Osita Okechukwu was Buhari's spokesman. From 2000, he has never changed party before. People thought Buhari would even give minister. He didn't give him. Look at Chubo Akadibo. You know Chubo Akadibo was killed because of Buhari. Because of Buhari, that was how they killed Chubo Akadibo. And Chubo Akadibo predicted to Buhari that he will become president one day, but he might not be alive that time. But what Buhari should have done he would have picked Chuba Kadibo, 2 of his children, give one ambassador, give one minister or special advisor. At least the Igbos will start seeing the sense of belonging in him. Like Ojukwu, when Buhari lost the election in 2003, do you know Ojukwu drove from Abuja to Katsina to go and visit Buhari? You know Ojukwu taught Buhari and co when in the military school. If Igbo man won't take Katsina, what Buhari should have done, he would have picked Ojukwu, one of his sons, and his wife, and give them appointment. Even minister says. You know, Igbos would have started saying, look at Mazi. All those Igbos, look at Mike Ahamba. You know, Mike Ahamba supported Buhari down to Supreme Court. He didn't do anything for Mike Ahamba. Look at Tam David West, who supported Buhari all his life.
In fact,
he's not in Ibadan. He's not doing anything.
That David West, that is my greatest problem with Buhari. That Tam David West, somebody who has suffered all through.
Yes, wrote book for Buhari safe. As I'm talking to you that David West is on week here in Ibadan. Buhari has never visited him. He is like that, and that is why you see that Nigerians, they don't even know where we are going.
But But people are there supporting the man. See, you at least, there was something I was writing to you 2 or 3 days ago. Me, I campaigned and fought for Buhari 2015.
I know now. I know that time.
2015. But now, I don't want to hear that name at all.
You know the guy, it was later people come to discover that it was actually the Biafra that was the president of Nigeria. It's not Buhari. You see? The guy, he just, you know God, if God has destined you to become somebody in life, you definitely be. But Buhari is not for this generation at all.
At all.
He has lost contact with the generation. You see? When Atiku and Obasanjo came, they sold all government property. What Buhari should have done, he would have been reviewing
all those transactions.
All those things they say. Look at Anamco in Enugu. You know Anamco, now then they do 14 for us. They go sell the shares in Anamco. Buhari would have reviewed Anamco. You know, Buhari, an Igbo man, I will continue telling you, Igbo man don't want to be president. They just want an enabling environment where they can do their business. Just don't make life difficult for them. Carry your Aso Rock, they go. But don't touch their business, their lifestyle. You see? Now, most of them, if you come to first start now dear they drink about. Most of them, they just want this man make he carry Wahala, they go. Because they don't know where to. Because the man is making life difficult for everybody.
You know, since 4 years now, no single foreign company has entered this country in manufacturing.
So go and do what?
No
do you have road? Do you have road? Do you have light? Let us be friends. If you want to travel from Lagos now to Abuja, it's a nightmare. There is no road.
It's security.
If you want to leave West Park now to Badagry, you spend 8 hours, you never reach Badagry.
This is, I just don't know.
See, our teaching hospital, they are dead. There is no good teaching hospital now again in Nigeria.
Yes.
Look at our schools, universities. You know, it's under his government now. People are just opening universities anyhow because he has lost control. Buhari don't even know what they are doing in educational center. He don't even know anything. He's just sitting down, battling with his health. I make you resign, make you go sit down, and make them bring somebody. It is leadership. It's somebody's leadership spirit that will move this country forward. You don't have that spirit that will move this country forward. You see?
But why are they not allowing people like you with so much vast knowledge about this country to be nearer to the seat of power? Why?
There is one thing, you see, Chief, there is one thing I want you to understand. Do you know that in olden days, I'm a small but do you know that in olden days, do you know First Bank, UBA, Union Bank, and African? You know, these are what they call government banks in olden days.
Yes.
You know, they are the issuance of government treasury bill. CBN, their policy is a government bank that formulates policies. The First Bank in olden days, the security man in First Bank is a staff of the bank. Driver of First Bank or UBA, they are staff of the bank. But when the Obasanjo came, they sold government shares from all those banks. Now, do you know that Nigeria don't have a national bank? In olden days, you know we have IMB, this International Merchant Bank, that facilitates Nigerian foreign investment, Nigerian foreign trade.
Intercontinental.
You understand? We don't have that again. In central bank, this man just they collect money they keep for central bank. For who? Eh? And people are hungry. Great, you know what Buhari should have done? He would have even called like ABC Transport, all those GO, all those Young Shall Grow, and tell them that we want to start federal urban mass transit. If we want to leave Lagos now to Owerri, it should be 1,000 naira. You know, you have reduced hardship from people. Give them allocation, waiver, make them they bring diesel to Nigeria. You know that a lot of people would have been employed. There would have been, there would have been a lot of things. You understand? Now, everybody when own transport company, I they fuel them. Now they follow because of they disturb them. Road no good. This one. Okay, what have you even done to subsidize the suffering of Nigeria? Nothing. Eh? If you go Abuja now, no street light, no traffic light, and he has ministers. Eh?
And they are talking.
Continue. We can't continue like this now. Look at our research institute. They are not doing anything. If I tell you one thing now, Chief, you'll be surprised. You know that Northeast, they have 6 states from Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, Taraba, Bauchi, Gombe.
Yeah.
You know they have only one teaching hospital, which is Maiduguri University Teaching Hospital.
One teaching hospital?
They have only one teaching hospital. That is the Maiduguri University Teaching Hospital. You don't know?
Hey.
They don't even have state teaching hospital. You know, like in the southeast, you have an Ojukuju University Teaching Hospital. Abia has. Then you have Enugu. Do you know that they have only one teaching hospital in the northeast, and his wife is from there. And Buhari has spent more than 4 years. He didn't even think of establishing a teaching hospital in the northeast, even in Adamawa or Bauchi or Gombe. Okay, in the whole region, which people they need health in Nigeria? Maybe that northeast, where people Boko Haram they kill everybody every day. And he has Boko Haram member in his government. The current National Security Advisor is a Boko Haram member. Because who they do Boko Haram? Nobody Kanuri people. Who is the chief of staff to the president? Is a Kanuri man. The National Security Advisor is a Kanuri man. GMD of NNPC is a Kanuri man. Minister of State for Agri is a Kanuri man. Who are the Boko Haram? Kanuri people. Chief of staff is Chief of Army Staff is from Borno State. So tell me, why are we still having Boko Haram? If you have National Security Advisor, Chief of Army Staff, all from Northeast, GMD of NNPC from Northeast. Why is not in control now? The high rate of discontentment in his government, we need to tell ourselves the truth. Currently, look at all these oil regulatory agencies, Northerners, then the older. So the South people, so they don't have any qualified person to hold the oil regulatory agency, NNPC, Department of Petroleum Resources, PPPRA, Petroleum Price Regulatory Agency, Petroleum Equalization Fund, PTDF, Petroleum Technology Development Fund. They all regulate now, Northerners you go see. And that thing, you just sit down. Is it not a time bomb? Eh?
In fact,
I don't really understand. And Buhari has never paid an official state visit to any state in Nigeria in the last 5 years. Unless when you want to campaign. Familiarization, so you need to visit a state, spend 5 days, visit federal government institutions, see what is their problem, even travel by road, see their challenges. You just sit down for one place. Appoint ministers, they just need to shop money. Fashola open his dirty mouth. Therefore, they're telling us that Nigeria road is not as bad as people are talking about. God punish him, Papa.
and social media is flooded with pictures of impassable roads.
They even show a road now in Surulere that leads to his house. It's a federal road, very bad road. The road is not good from Orele to Boditomo. That road don't break now, sir. People know they pass the road. And he's just sitting there. You know that his father's house is behind that road.
Hey, Gimba, so you know so much like this, and you have been fighting me and threatening me with arrest all this while. You know all this. You know all this is.
The man, you know the problem where Buhari gets.
That somebody had somebody poured beer on me 2014 in the village here because of that man. No, it's really pathetic. See, as I sit here, every day the Indian companies keep calling me what is happening. I say Nigeria is in doldrum. Nothing is moving forward. Nothing is moving back. We are just going backward. Nothing since 2014 or 2015. No foreign company has entered this country. No manufacturing foreign company has entered this country. Nothing.
Now you go come manufacture. What do you want to come manufacture?
To buy raw materials at 360 something naira to $1. Even you reach 520 naira to $1. Sometimes.
See, that is not the problem. That is not even the problem. An Igbo man, even if you say dollar is 1,000 naira, you will get his money and get out of Nigeria. But that is not the problem. But create an enabling environment. Do you know that in Festac, call your wife and ask her, for the past 1 week now, we know they get light.
In Festac?
No light.
No light in Festac?
There is no light. They brought light yesterday for 30 minutes. They took the light. Brought it back again for 30 minutes. They took the light. As I'm talking to you, we don't have light.
So everybody will be burning generator.
Generator. Every block of flat now is like factory. Hey. And you are the largest country in Africa.
Hey.
If Buhari say okay, what Buhari should have done, he would have called Igbo people like Festac now. Call one big man, the Igbo man, say, I want to give you, make they give light to Festac. If make they give light to Festac, maybe they pay 10,000 naira. People will pay. If that light is constant 24 hours, why wouldn't I pay? We will know the travel now. Now when people they travel. Is it?
It's really one chance we enter. What is annoying me most is that there are no people around Buhari to tell him the truth. The people that are supposed to tell him the truth are praising him. If you look at Facebook or social media, since I came, I've been fighting a lot of people on social media because they keep praising this making head on. This is the way they misled Rocha Sokrocha. They misled him to start thinking that he was God and that everything in him was revolved around his family. The same thing is happening. Every small thing they are posting. I don't know whether there are so many youths in Imo that are not doing anything. They just you just shove through the net. With your phone, you do anything on the net. That is what I see. That is happening. So we need people
we're in a big mess. I'm telling you.
And upon that, Tinubu is preparing. Where Abakari has he has made that comment. He has given that remark that Tinubu will not be a bad idea. You know, that is not a newcomer. So Tinubu is warming up. I doubt whether if a Yoruba man takes over mantle of rulership with this country.
You think Northerners? We even prefer, you see, let me tell you, we prefer a South person to be president of Nigeria than a Yoruba man. No, your passenger kill Nigeria, chief. Now you destroy this country, man. Where we are today. Now Obasanjo destroy Nigeria now.
But now Buhari is burying it. If Obasanjo destroyed it, Buhari is burying it.
See, what Buhari should have done, he would have come back, you know, reshape Nigeria to his back glory. But it's not his fault because he don't even know where to start from. You see? Somebody who spent 9 months, he didn't appoint ministers. That ministers are noisemakers. In the world, I've never seen, in the world, when you elect president, within 24 hours, you appoint his ministers. You see? It's only Buhari we know.
No, Buhari should not be for this generation.
He's not for us.
He should not be for this. Somebody who was, I think in 2015 or so, he was 76 years. In 2016, he was supposed to be 80. But he's 75.
See, let me tell you one thing. See, whomever you see, chief, committing crime, You know, it's one circumstances that will lead someone to commit crime. You don't know.
Yes, as it is now.
You know, they say an idle man is a devil workshop.
That is what happening here. This is my
If
place.
Nigeria, if Nigeria should be a developing country where things are happening, you will not see people going to commit crime now. Now, most people are leaving school now are Yahoo Yahoo. So, because there is no activities, somebody who is coming out of school is in school, he and his teacher, they sit down for Biafra. So, how do you want him to grow up as because, you see, let me tell you one thing. Most countries, you see high rate of crime. You discover that it is one thing that will subject them to be doing that. If nobody wants to be a criminal now. You understand? But the problem now is that our institutions are not functioning. And people have to survive. You understand? That is what people don't understand. You see? Now, in Nigeria now, as I'm talking to you, do you know this Baba Ijebu? You know in this people, in this people that do Baba Ijebu, they're just old men, retirees. People who are old.
There was no Baba Ijebu. Now it was pool now, pool betting.
Yeah, pool betting. Now, do you know that in Lagos now, in Festac now, even in my clothes now, we have Bet Niger. We have so many things that are going on. And the children are not doing anything. That is what they are going to make fast, quick money. You understand? Quick money. Yahoo Yahoo. And because they are not doing anything. No activities. No factory. A child will wake up in the morning, he don't have any place to go. Somebody wake up, he was brought up in a block of flats. He's still staying in a block of flats at the age of 35 with his parents. You understand? Why would he go and commit crime? Yeah? You know, there are a lot of things. You know, you have to put a lot of institutions in place to curb criminality. You know, Southern America, you know, that is the worst place you see the worst criminals in the world. This one, there is no crime here now. You know, the thing where they happen in Mexico, in Brazil, in all those places. Places they kill more than 100 people at once. Because the institutions are decaying. And if the institutions are decaying, likewise, human mind will be decaying. That's what people don't understand. You see? If you're a village that you're supposed to travel within 45 minutes, you are spending 5 hours. You are not, your mental faculty will not be stable.
And you are not safe even within the 5 hours. You are not safe on the road.
You are not safe. You understand? You know, you are in the east. You see somebody, he has to go and hire security to guide him. Because there is no security. Eh? Yeah, I don't know. Buhari came now in the last 5 years. He has not built any police barrack for police to live. Police is owned by federal government. In Imo, did you see any police barrack in Imo State that was recently built?
No, nowhere. The thing is that Buhari is a mistake. In the history of this country, it's a big mistake.
But you know, we cannot hide. You know, the only thing is just for us to hide ourselves in shame, so that we'll be supporting him. We'll be hypocritically, we'll be supporting him, so that let him do and go. Because if you start criticizing in the midst of people, they say, "I know you will not bring them."
No. We need to criticize him publicly. We need to criticize him publicly. He needs to understand. And Nigeria is going down. Nigeria is going down every day. See, I have been in the village now for 5 weeks, doing nothing. And even coming to Lagos, I'm not coming to do anything. I'm thinking of relocating permanently. Now, many things are wrong. No money, no business, nothing. What are you going to do? Everybody is just looking. Nigeria is a big time bomb, and the day it will explode, I just pity people.
So if I tell you one thing now, you'll be surprised. Do you know that Aero Contractor, they have just only one aircraft now?
You see? The whole Aero Contractor.
Arik is dying already. Okay. Do you know that the airlines now, that was why Ethiopian Airlines said they want to start running our own local domestic flight. They're no great. And you don't get aircraft. You see? They are not doing anything about you.
In fact, they need to put one Igbo man there. Let him come and organize things. They need to put, Igbo man will not even favor Igbos, but let him reorganize Nigeria. We will prefer Hausa man to be there, but not this type of Buhari. No.
You know, there is one thing that people don't understand. The Igbo people will not like an Igbo man to be president. Do you know why?
Why?
The Igbos will change them. You know, the way where it is, let me tell you one thing. You know, as at 19, you know, in 1958, when Queen Elizabeth visited Nigeria, you know, Nigeria government has no Rolls Royce. You don't know.
That's why they use
Ojuku's father. After that time, Ojuku's father has Rolls Royce already driving Nigeria. Maybe Ojuku's father. You know, fella. This fella Nicola Kokuti.
Yes.
You know that Ojuku's father bought a car for her now. You know, fella's mother was Ojuku's father's girlfriend.
Girlfriend, yes, I know.
Olufemilayo Kuti was his girlfriend now.
Yes, I know.
You know, and another thing is that, you know, the independent, it was the Igbos that started fighting for independence. And you know, you think British, they don't get sense. They know say if they give Nigeria to an Igbo man, then Nigeria will become independent physically. And they will not allow that. You know the way where if they say we bring money, we'll carry money, go give them. You think an Igbo man will carry money, go give you don't see your Igbo man, they do business for London.
White man.
Or for US.
No,
if you give Nigeria to an Igbo man, do you know what an Igbo man will do? You forget about the West. You understand?
Yes.
You know, what has been holding us is these white people. And you know, an Igbo man don't believe in a white man. He can do it for himself. Look at Inoso now. He's not manufacturing car. You think Oyibo is happy seeing an Igbo man manufacturing car? You know that the best battery now in Nigeria is being produced in Nnewi.
No.
You know, chief of air staff was at Nnewi 4 days ago now. Because the battery most of our fighter jets are using now is from Nnewi. And the chief of air staff recently said that battery, you know that the one they import from UK lasts for 6 years. This one now, ever since they brought, they are fighting. They are flying with our aircraft. They know they even charge themselves. You see? I think Igbo man will allow Igbo man to become president.
No, but we have gotten our independence. Within ourselves, we need to extricate all those entanglements with West and be truly independent and be truly ourselves and think of how to move forward. And
the Igbo will not allow that. Igbo people will not allow that.
But why? Look at what is happening in Rwanda. They are not looking at even the Igbo. Even they are trying to define human rights. There was one publication I saw. You know, the West will tell you human rights, but they will support the killing of people, and they will not talk about human rights. We really,
Rwanda president.
Yes.
You know, so you have people they disappear in his government. He's silently killing people. Yeah.
The people they are using, the West is using.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm coming. Let me call you back.
Okay. All right.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are. This very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you're domiciled around the world, we welcome you to our Friday Q&A session. This very day, the 16th day of April, in the year of our Most High Elohim, 2021. The time now is 11 minutes past 7 a.m. in the land of Biafra, which means it is 11 minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you are around the world. If you're listening to us, this is a live presentation. And as I welcome you, please allow me to encourage you, to ask you to welcome your relatives, your friends, wherever they are. I know that for some people, we broadcast till very late yesterday and took calls up until the very early hours of this morning. I have not gotten much rest or sleep myself, but I did say we're going to come on live this very morning, and that's what we are doing, because once in a while it is good for us to get a feel of what you're thinking, a pulse, your advice and your guidance as well, because remember that this is a family all over the world, IPOB. It is good that we should be able to consult our people, should I say, as widely as possible, which we can only do via this very medium, via this very program this morning. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because I do know that some people have already woken up in the Far East, and some people, it is their midnight, and for others, they are still in the evening of Thursday the 15th. Especially those who are in California, those who are in Seattle along that very corridor. I welcome each and every one of you this very morning. And as always, we are, should I say, simulcasting on a lot of platforms. We are on YouTube, University of Radio Biafra on YouTube. We are on Twitter, of course, at Mazi Nwachineke. We are on Instagram at Mazi Nwachineke Official. We are also on my page at Mazi Nwachineke Official on Facebook. If you can, if they will allow us this very morning. Yesterday, they did all they could to try to frustrate us. But we are here live once again this very day to, I wouldn't say preach the gospel of heaven, but of course to hear from the children of the Most High himself, the children of light, Biafrans all over the world. Our lines will soon open after I must have prayed, but please do get a pen and paper, because I'll give you the number to call this morning. It is on Signal. The number we are going to interact with today is on Signal, please. And I would advise you to take down this number, +44 is a UK number, +44 77 6182 5346. You can call us or you can send your message, and then we'll be able to hear what you have to say. But more importantly, we want to be able to take your call this morning. We want you to ask us those difficult questions, those questions that gossipers and Nnamdi have been trying to plan or pin in your mind. Please try to ask us those questions. We'll answer you this very morning. Please, before, what should I say, without further hesitation, we are going to pray very, very briefly, please. We are going to pray this very morning, a very short prayer, should I say, the prayer that Yahweh Yeshua prayed when he was on this very earth. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this very earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore, we pray. Ise. As I said, this very day, we are going to take your questions live this very morning. People are saying, most of us on Twitter, we are seeking for something to trend. Stop the killing in Ebola, of course. We are going to do that. I think that Uchenna will be able to do something about it today in terms of a topic for us to trend. But our lines are now open once again. If you call us and if we miss your call, somebody said we have, I have been calling and calling and calling. I have been calling and calling and calling. We will try and see if we can get you. If you call us and you cannot get us and you appeal, we will do all we can to try and get hold of you. And once you are online, please go straight to the question. Give us your name and where you are calling from, and then ask us the most difficult question that has been exercising your mind since the inception of this great movement called IPOB. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling from, if you may.
My name is Mazi. I'm calling from Aba.
From Aba, please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Mazi, thank you so much for speaking with me.
We are listening. Yes, go ahead. What's your question?
Mazi, to be sincere with you, I don't have any question at all. I just want to thank you for the good work you have been doing. If I should ask any question at all, Mazi, it's to commend you for the good work you have been doing. Mazi, you're really a great man. Mazi, we thank you so much for all that in this product.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I do appreciate it, but I would very much like people to bring their questions to the table this very morning. I need very, very difficult questions so we can answer them. The more difficult your questions are, the more we are going to be able to answer them. Very, very important, please. There are people who are calling us, of course, as usual. They will call. And if you do miss, or should I say, if you're finding it very difficult getting hold of us, we will endeavor to try to get back at you. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you are.
I am Kingsley Chidionaka.
And where are you calling from?
I'm in Italy.
In Italy. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I commend you for all you have been doing for us in Biafra land.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I want to ask a question on what is happening in Port Harcourt, this election.
It's Iguacha. It is Iguacha. It's not Port Harcourt. The name is Iguacha. There is no Port Okereke in England. There is no Port Chijoke in England. There is no Port Nwachukwu in England. I have told our people many, many times, all these useless, idiotic names given to us by the British should be jettisoned. There are no African streets, no African names anywhere in Europe or in America. We should stop answering all these idiotic names that they have given to us because we are human beings like they are. There is nothing like Port Harcourt. It's called Iguacha. That is the name. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. You know what our ancestors have done in power and authority. They deceived us for so long, and it's now that you have educated so much that we have begun to know our heritage and our history. So it's a hard time for us to like what is happening in Port Harcourt. The election, when Biafra comes, could you be able to dismantle this Nigeria Zoo government in our Biafra?
You mean the zoo mentality of electioneering and election rigging? Maybe that is what you're pointing at. Now, what we are going to do is very simple. In the land of Biafra, I'm sure you're using a smartphone. Is that correct? You're using a smartphone?
Yes, sir.
Can anybody, I'm sure you have a lock on your phone. Can anybody get into your phone without your consent?
No, sir.
Maybe, I don't know if you're using the more advanced version of either Android based or iOS, which is the one for Apple. Even, I'm sure you have what is called the facial recognition one. Is that correct? It has to scan your retina before it can let you in. Is that correct?
Yes, that's...
You see, to have a very credible, safe elections is very, very easy. It is just because either people are lazy or they prefer to should I say, use a system that is easier or that will be easier for them to rig or to maneuver. If you have anybody can vote with their phone if you register, for instance, and nobody can access your phone. If you vote, we know you voted because your retina will be scanned before you vote. You can vote with your ordinary iPhone or ordinary smart Samsung phone or any other advanced phone for that matter. You can vote with it. Because no other person can get into your phone. We know that the phone is yours. In the zoo, they have NIN registration, they have SIM registration, they have what is that other useless one that they have? VBN or BVN, whatever registration. They know who is who. If they want to have a credible election in the zoo, people can vote from the comfort of their homes. They don't have to go to a polling station. Because my phone that I'm using, you cannot get into my phone. It will scan my eyes before to allow me to access it. And the retina is only you, just like fingerprint, only you that has it anywhere else in the world. It's unique to you. In the land of Biafra, we're not going to have all this nonsense. We're going to have high-tech based election system. That's what we're going to have. So people can vote from wherever they are in the world. And it is only that your vote that will count. But of course, we are unfortunately being highly uncivilized, very contraption like the Zoological Republic. That is why nothing is happening. That is why you have this, what I call a very primitive approach to the issue of electing public officials because there is no employment. All that people, the only thing people have is to try to go into politics, to go and steal and to loot. That is why it is a do or die affair. But I can assure you categorically in the land of Biafra, such nonsense will not obtain because everything we are going to do is going to be modern, it's going to be high-tech, it's going to be refined. Remember that Biafra is the, should I say, complete and exact opposite of the zoo. We are going to do things properly the way human beings should. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for that. Any other question?
Yes, sir. It's as regard to the issue of the talks and the polling bus hijacking and all this cultism that help the politicians to hijack polling units and other things. How can you control such situation when Biafra comes?
It will not happen because there will be no need for people to congregate anywhere to vote. You can vote from the comfort of your own homes. All the political parties will be concerned about is the integrity of the counting system in the sense that it is going to be run in such a way that no one can hack into it. As simple as that. We will make it so secure that nobody will be able to hack into it. And there must be, of course, capping in terms of how much you can spend during elections. If at all you be allowed to spend anything, nobody's going to come out to become a thug because everybody will be meaningfully employed. Every country of the world where you have people meaningfully engaged in one form of employment or the other, you don't have this issue of thugs and a few idiots running around and snatching ballot boxes. It doesn't happen. It is only in Africa and especially in the damnable Zoological Republic. Such idiocy cannot obtain in the land of Biafra. As I said, we are going to be a beacon. We're going to be the light of black people all over the world. We are going to do something so markedly different that people will wonder if indeed this country is in Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. People are wondering and asking what is our line. I will endeavor to give it to you again now. It's +44 is a UK number and only on Signal, please. It is a UK number on Signal. Signal is an app, please. You can use that to try and get hold of us this very morning. The number is +44 77 61 82 53 46. I repeat, +44 77 61 82 53 46. If you call us on Signal, we will be able to take your call. We are live and we are direct. And if you call us, as I said before, and we miss your call, we shall endeavor to call you back. We shall endeavor to call you back. Very, very important, please, that you do bear with us, because I know that a lot of you are calling, and I can assure you that we are doing all we can to ensure that you are part and parcel of this very presentation this morning, regardless of where you are joining us. It is a live presentation. We are live this very morning, taking your questions, or should I say, answering your questions this very morning. Answering your, I don't know why it keeps saying it has failed, it has failed, it has failed. Somebody is saying I should pick up. I'm trying to pick up, but it is telling me it has failed. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea why it is telling me that it has failed this very morning. I don't know if they're also, should I say, attacking our systems. I have no idea if that is what they are doing this very morning. But we are trying to switch our systems to understand exactly why we have this very issue this morning. We are doing the best we can to take as much of your calls as possible. I know that some people are very, very familiar with WhatsApp, and that is where they would prefer to call. But in the zoo, we are moving away from WhatsApp. We are moving away from it. We are moving away from it. It is saying failed. I don't understand what it means by that. I have no idea what it means by failed. Is it because there are too many calls coming in? I don't know. It is just saying failed. I have no idea. Let us see if we can now switch over to, should I say, to, because it is here and a lot of people are calling. Is it because the lines are fully packed? I don't know why. Everything is saying failed. If I try to even pick the call or return it, it says failed.
because maybe a lot of people are trying to get through. That is exactly what it's saying. So what we're going to do to try to mitigate this is I am going to give you another number to try to call us, another line to try to call this morning. This time around on WhatsApp, you will see Radio Biafra University. That is where you will see the number is +1, is a US number. I think that was the number I used in the US when I was there a couple of weeks back, or should I say a few months back. The number to call is +1 on WhatsApp, please. The other one is Signal. Signal is not picking up this morning for some bizarre reason. The number to call on WhatsApp is +1 346 399 0188. I repeat, +1 is a US number, +1 346 399 0188 +1 346 399 0188. This number is on WhatsApp. Let us try to see if it is going to work. If you call us on that very line, I'm sure we should be able to take your call. I don't know what is going on this morning. It's just saying, it's not even ringing. It's just saying failed. I don't know, for some strange or bizarre reason. You can leave us a note, you can leave us a voice note, then we should be able to play your voice note, your questions live on air, and then I must and should be able to answer it, because your calls are coming. I'm not seeing any of them. All I'm seeing is missed calls. I'm not seeing any of them. I don't know if anybody can tell us exactly how to deal with this very issue, because a lot of calls are coming in, but it is not ringing out. We cannot see it. Perhaps I should try to switch off the system and bring it back on again. I do not understand why it's behaving like this. Now it is, I think it's jammed actually. I believe that it is jammed. We are live and we are direct, and I'm thinking, let me see if I can take calls from the other line. I have a caller on the line on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Please give us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Chinedu. I'm calling from Istanbul, Turkey.
From Istanbul in Turkey, please go ahead while listening.
So I've been following you for a while, and I really like what you are doing. And I say, let me use this opportunity to greet you for opening the eyes of our people. Nigeria is really bad, and we don't want it anymore.
Nobody in their right mind wants the zoo. Nobody in their right mind would want a zoological republic. It is not possible. Nobody with their right senses would want or wish to come from a place as backward, from a place as idiotic, from a place as primitive as the Zoological Republic. That is why we are doing all we can to remove ourselves from it, to go back to who we were before the white man came, because the white man has no right to come to Africa to create nations in Africa. They have no right to do that. And we cannot allow them to continue with such idiocy. I cannot go to Europe to create a country for them. They are not God. That is why we have been misled. Everything they bring to us in Africa, we swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Be it religion, be it anything that it is. We can't allow it to continue. Japan is doing very well. Most countries in the Far East Asia are very, very indigenous, and they are doing exceptionally well. There is no reason why we cannot replicate the same in the land of Biafra, and of course effectively across Africa. As a matter of fact, it is about time we stop behaving like idiots and reason like human beings. Thank you very much for your call. I have another caller on the line, if I'm not mistaken. This caller on the line on WhatsApp, give us your name and where you're calling us from, please, if you may.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Daniel Naudo. I'm calling from the zoo.
Which part of the zoo are you in?
Lagos.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Lagos. I'm from Ibibo. I'm from Akwa Ibom. Ibibio.
Thank you very much. And they're doing us very proud.
Yes.
Our men in Akwa Ibom are doing us proud. I am so proud of them. You cannot believe. Proud of them. have demonstrated once again. In that very part that the zoo are calling South, they have demonstrated once again that they are Biafra 2 and 2 with the work they're doing on the ground, and I commend them. Please go ahead.
That's true, sir. That's very true, sir. That's very true, sir. So my question is, what are we putting in place to know where the remaining terrorists, where they are in the bushes and in the farmland, the remaining place where they are, because it's like once the armed security move from one location to another, they now move in there again to attack people.
What we are going to do, the problem that we are having are the governors, not even the zoo army or the police that disguise themselves, take off their uniforms and come to attack us from the back. People, as I said yesterday, people do not understand what we are facing. And it's a good thing you asked this question this morning. We are fighting war on almost 3 or 4 fronts at the same time. We are confronting and defeating Mietiala terrorist group. We defeat Mietiala. They go back and they call the police and the army. Now the police and the army will attack us from the rear. And with the help of these governors, as I said last night, in a place like Ebonyi State, we drive them away. We are called to another place. We go to that very place, and then they return to where we drove them from. That is what they have been doing. So what we are now going to do is to make sure that the reserve force that we have, anywhere we clear them, we move the reserve force into that very area to safeguard it, while the main vanguard itself, the main rangers themselves, will now continue the hunt for Mietiala terrorists in our land. And any police or the army that comes, should I say, to the rescue of all these terrorists, will pay the ultimate price as well. Because we're not joking, we're not going backwards. We only move right now in Enugu, the war is going on, it is raging. In Akwa Ibom, the war is going on, it is raging. And I'm saying to them, if you bring in your police and the army to defend these Fulani terrorists, they are all going to die. They must be assured of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'm a very good student of Radio Biafra, sir.
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from an Ibibio man. I will expect nothing less. After all, Ibibio is the closest approximation to Igbo. We are one people, and let us not allow the Fulani Janjaweed to continue to deceive us. Thank you very much for calling this morning. Thank you very, very much. They cannot deceive us. Who are they? We are more intelligent than they are. Thank you very, very much. We have somebody kindly sent us a message, and I'm going to play it because the calls are flooding in. That is what is jamming our line. The calls are immense. It is too much. Let us try to take this very message.
Good morning, my leader. My name is I'm calling from New Delhi, India. I am from Uli.
Calls are coming in. They won't even allow us to. Let me take this very call and see who is there. The caller on signal, can you hear me? The caller on signal, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me, but I can hear them.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please.
Good morning. My name is Mrs. Robert. Mrs. Onajite.
Mrs. Onajite, thank you very much and welcome to the program. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Germany.
From Germany, please go ahead. The world is listening. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to ask a question concerning what is going on in Ebonyi State now.
Yes, go ahead.
In his place. So, because we know you are a leader and you are a father, I know you cannot side the one person and leave the other side.
Yes.
Like what is going on in Ebonyi State in Nisa now?
What is happening?
Devoman is siding one side and people are dying.
What were? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
So many people have died in our house. And my father's house have gone down, and Devoman is doing nothing about it. So many people are dying. So, sir, I want to ask.
Why is this attack? No, hold on. I want to ask you first. Why is this attack? Is it Fulani terrorists, Mietiala, Fulani terrorists that is carrying out these attacks? Or is not them?
No, it's not a Fulani. It's something concerning land.
Land dispute.
Yes.
Do you know how this problem started with this very land? Who started the problem?
What brings this issue? These people have the mind to stand inside people to fight or to destroy people property. It's therefore mind that is giving them mind and giving them the power to fight inside people and gone. Because what happened before, that is why therefore mind have the mind since he entered the power. Like the person they catch among the people fighting inside people, he confessed that it's therefore mind that is giving them mind, giving them gun to fight and destroy people property and killing innocent people.
So therefore Mahi is aware of what is happening on the ground, but I don't know why our people should be fighting. That is one thing that the Fulani that is one thing they do very well. Why should our people be fighting over land? And Fulani people are in our land, invading, killing, pillaging, raping, and occupying our forests in Ebonyi State, and we are busy fighting one another. What I want to know is the genesis of the problem. Is this problem a relatively new thing, or has it been there from time? This land dispute.
Yeah, it has been happening so many long times. But now, the way it is now, therefore, is the person supporting them.
Okay, very good. And we know what we're going to do.
Later, what is going on about what concerning the issue?
Good, please. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it because we know we are factually accurate here. I don't want us, if people are having land dispute or communal clashes, so to speak, we are now saying that the Janjaweed are attacking us. We must be absolutely clear as to what is happening. Absolutely clear. And thank you for bringing this very clarity to this issue this morning. The fighting going on in Ebonyi State, a sitting governor is encouraging people to be fighting one another. Unbelievable. I don't know what is it with our people and land. The land will be there. The land was there before we came. The land will be there after we are all gone, because every living thing one day is going to die. The caller on the line, can you hear me on signal? Can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Good morning, our great leader.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Ejameze. I am calling from Republic of Ghana.
You are in Ghana, the place that Twitter have decided to site their headquarters in Africa, because Twitter came and said, we thought that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. We never knew it was a shithole. Now they have packed their bags and gone to Ghana to establish. Please go ahead, we're listening.
Yes, sir. My simple question is this. With the manner our governors are doing in the land of Biafra, the way other people are sabotaging us, doing everything humanly possible, aiding and abetting, serving the Fulani Janjaweeds to get their conquest. I am suggesting, is it not high time we give them a shaking hand so that when others see that we have attacked them, they have a visible attack on them or anything that is connected and related to them? I think it will help us and give a warning to other people who might migrate newly to do the same thing they are doing.
That is true. I entirely agree with you, but that time hasn't come yet. What we are doing right now is to face the enemy. But all the traitors and saboteurs within, when their time comes, they'll be dealt with. In fact, some of them are being dealt with as we speak. But it's not everything that we're going to announce live on air, and they understand it, that our freedom is of paramount importance. We want nothing else more than our freedom. There is nothing else we desire more than the freedom for we Biafrans. And we are going to do, we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that that's the case. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very, very much for calling.
Again, sir, there's another thing, it's like a question and like a contribution.
Go ahead.
As they are parading themselves in this 2023 conquest of Igbo president and this, is it not wise enough for us to seal down anything about campaign, anything about whatever that they
ambition in the Biafran land. Because the more we give them that space to do their campaign and do whatever rubbish they are doing, they are thinking that they have arrived. Can't we stop every campaign in Igbo land? Because we are not part of Janjaweed and we cannot allow their campaign in our land.
Yes, what you have said is absolutely critical. But there is one mistake we don't want to make. There is one mistake we are not going to make. The mistake is this. You don't know these people. You know that democracy and democratic discourse is a universal concept, or should I say, that is what the West is trying to, should I say, promote all over the world. What they want to do, in essence, is to try as much as possible to say that we are anti-democratic forces. That's what they want to do. Once you say to the US, to EU, and all the rest of them that these people do not believe in democracy, you become an enemy of the world. That is why we cannot take that very route. But if they rig any elections that they have, then we have every legitimate right to express our grievances. But I do understand what you're saying. Our Yoruba brethren are saying also that there's not going to be any elections in 2023 unless, they discuss referendum, which is where we stand at the moment. But we must be very, very careful not to do anything that will allow the zoo to go to the Biden administration or to go for Britain to help them to go to Europe to say that these are anti-democratic forces. Once we do that, they will try as much as they can to shut us down. So we must proceed very, very cautiously. Very, very cautiously. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. There are, of course, the useless Facebook. They are cracking and trying to make our life difficult as always. They are trying to make our life difficult as always, but we are going to stop them. They can't stop us from broadcasting this very morning. They can never, ever stop us from broadcasting this very morning. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is bearing us witness. Let me go to the line to see who is there. If you are used to calling, please, I beg of you, allow other people to try and call as well. We cannot afford to appear undemocratic. Once you do that, is over. If you have called us in the past couple of months, please try not to call us again. Please allow other people, other first-time callers to call as well, please. Very, very important. Allow other first-time callers to call us as well, please. I have a caller on the line. Please give us your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Good morning, my leader. Good morning from here. My name is Pastor Jack. I'm calling from the zoo. I just like my last brother, my leader, just asked. All of us understand that most of the difficulties we are going through now are the governors in Biafra land. Because even when they launched this Ebube Inkita that we don't know, our local radio stations in our land, when they presented this issue, majority of the people from our land that call the radio station says ESN is already doing the work. What are you forming Ebube Agu for? Because the way ESN is doing it, we don't think any other person can do it that way. Even the Janjaweed army, because ESN is following these people head on and making sure our land, our bushes and forests are rid of this Janjaweed. So the question now, like that my brother asked, what strategy or methodology are we going to use to follow this governor? Because the truth is, these people have shown their conscience. They are determined to work with the enemy, the Fulani Janjaweed, to make sure they scuttle our freedom. Is there no way we can handle these people while we are waiting for that right time? Because these people are definitely spoiling something for us, my leader. That is my question this morning, sir.
We are doing all we can. It's not everything for obvious reasons that we're going to announce live on air. But what we're doing is that we have a strategy in the fullness of time to checkmate all these traitors and saboteurs within our midst. They can form whatever. As I said, they formed the Bunigwe last year, it didn't work. Now they are forming Ebube, as you said, Ebube Nkita, this very year, Ebube Ochicha, and it's now also going to fly because they need men to be able to do the work for them. And they do not have it because everybody, as you well know, is loyal under this very command. They understand that. both those who identify with IPOB and those who don't. We are all IPOB in the end, and we are under one command. Everybody, I mean absolutely everybody. Those who are fathered by the Janjaweed may try all they can. They may do all within their powers to try to stop what we are doing. They have not succeeded in the past. They will not succeed now. They can form whatever they like. In the end, as you well know, we always win. If our Yoruba brethren today can be campaigning very determinedly and resolutely for the freedom of the Yoruba nation, that tells you all you need to know, that we have won the argument. We have won the argument, and we must proceed, should I say, very cautiously. We are at a very critical juncture right now. We don't want to do anything that will allow them to go to the world and say, oh, did we not tell you? This is who they are. This is how the Biafra is going to be. Why do you think they floated this? It's because they want an internecine warfare within the Biafran family, so that the world will say, oh, can you see them? If you give them freedom, this is how they're going to behave. We know how the Fulanis operate. I wouldn't even be shocked nor surprised if they have a hand in the flare-up of the boundary dispute that is happening in Israel right now. That has led to the, should I say, loss of life of very innocent people. But we are on top of our game, and they understand what is coming. And as I said, it's just a matter of time, and it will happen. When I was telling people about the zoo, army, and police, you didn't believe me. I said, a time will come when they will not be on our streets. Today, they are not there anymore. If they are on our streets, they will die. They understand it very, very clearly. And today, our streets are clear. So one day, I'm telling you, you shall look for saboteurs. You will never find them. One day, you will look for all these traitors. You can never find them, because they'll be dealt with. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very, very much for calling. We are live and we are direct, and of course, the idiotic Facebook is doing all they can to try to make our life a misery this morning, as they always would, they always will, but they're not going to succeed. If you have called us before, please refrain from doing so. Allow other people to try to call as well. I have a caller on the line on Signal. This caller, give us your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra, and we are live and the whole world is listening.
Good morning, Mazi. My name is Nwachineke. So David, I'm calling you from Anambra State.
Thank you.
I am actually calling from Amobia. Please, Mazi, one thing I want to ask, that this whole stupidity of the people that say our elites and our politicians, sir, I really want to say this to you, that if we don't begin to handle these people one after the other, dealing with their asses one after the other, I don't think this nonsense they are doing, playing with our people, the lives of our people, will stop. It is right time to begin to handle them in the way they deserve, because our lives is more important. The life of one Igbo man, one Biafra man, is more important than the life of 2,000 Fulani Janjaweed. So we have to, because these people, we are seeing it that they are now playing games with our lives, those that voted them into power. And if we continue to keep quiet over this nonsense will not stop. So I want to say, when is it going to be right for more intake of the ESN? I am pleading with you, sir, that even myself, I'm even interested. I am pleading with you, please make quick and fast absorption of more ESN. And if possible, if we have our army, please, I'm sorry to be saying this on air, if we have army, those who want to enroll, please. Let us get ready for this final onslaught. These useless people who wants to see what will happen before they get to learn it. And maybe perhaps they might learn it in their grave. So please, if there is anything, please, I want you to speak on the regard of that, because if there is, I want just forward a way I can begin to enroll myself and those people who are interested. I am begging you, sir,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, my dear brother. What you have said is, of course, correct. And we are doing everything we can to rid our land of all these vagabonds and evil men. We are doing all we can, and believe you me, we are on top of the matter. You will hear the story soon. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
My name is Jojo Bonaya, and I'm calling from Katy, Texas, but I'm from Liberia.
From Liberia, you're calling from Texas.
Yes.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Yes. My husband is part of the member of the NPO, and I just want to say thank you so much for the good work and continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much, and I do welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And I hope one day that I may be able to come in Biafra as well.
Of course you will, that's why we're fighting. And that is why your husband is part to be able to know that the land of Biafra is for Biafran children all over the world. We are tired of living abroad. We are tired of living abroad. We are tired. We want to go home. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for your call. Thank you very much for your call. We are live and we are direct. And Elohim is bearing us witness as always. If Facebook is messing, of course they will mess up. You saw what they did yesterday. If they mess you up, please go to Instagram. Instagram is also low data usage. Go to Instagram. If you have not joined Instagram, go and join. You follow me on Instagram so you can notifications. Anytime we are live on air, you will get notifications, please. If you have called us before or in the habit of calling us always, please allow other first-time callers to try and get through. A lot of people have been trying to get through and they have not been able to do so, sometimes even for very many years. Therefore, please allow them at first-time to us. No, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me, but I can, it's counting for them. I don't know why they cannot hear me. They call on signal, can you hear me? No, they cannot. Let's take this other call. The caller on the other line of WhatsApp, can you hear me? No, the call could not connect. Only in the zoo that WhatsApp is they can't connect. Only in the damnable zoological republic. Let us take this call. The caller on signal, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. My name is Ubi Naibuk. I'm calling from London. This is the first time I'm ever speaking with you, sir.
You see why I said that people should be very mindful of holding the line always and allow first-time callers to get through. Please go ahead, we're listening.
Wow. Am I speaking with Madik?
Yes, you are. Of course you are.
Jesus wept. I will record today in my diary. Sir, I am from Kent family in London. My name is Ubi Naibuk. This is going to be my diary, honestly. Sir, 3 questions. I'll get straight to the point for other callers' sake. It's regarding the new London UK coordinator. I'm aware we have a new coordinator, Honorable Messi, someone I can't remember the name. Sir, the matter is this. I'm aware there was a time London was suspended and eventually the suspension lifted, and recently we had a new change of coordinator. And I don't know whether you quite are aware, since the new coordinator came, part of the executives in the family. We've not heard anything from her. And apparently everywhere is silent and waiting for action from the new UK coordinator, and nothing is happening. And it's getting, if I'm not mistaken, this is getting to the 4th, 5th or 6th week since the new change of leadership was announced. Questions are coming from people like us that are on the lower cadre, and we don't have answers for our fellow members in the UK. I'm speaking on personal experience, and it's kind of troubling when there's no one to really relate with to give answers to some of the little administrative things that we used to do every day. You know, our dues, our meetings, but we're expecting the new leadership to take the lead, because we believe anyone that is a coordinator should represent the fire and the zeal of Ohamadike. And so far, we've had it, with our coordinator that we know, and the new one, maybe she's on, nobody knows, I don't know. Let me not just put words in there. Just want to see what is going on. And maybe you may have a clue to enlighten and encourage, because now we need not encouragement from the Biafra spirit is burning enough, but speaking and hearing from our leadership is natural that it's going to motivate everyone. I'm speaking regarding the London and UK IPOB branch generally. So any comment you're going to give regarding this would be highly welcome. This is number one. Number two, sir, the Ambazonia Alliance.